There is an elder who presents religious programs on TV. After the episode has ended, a girl called him and said, "Me and my siblings, after Allah, need your help. My father is in jail for 3 days due to debt, and we want to see and visit him. My mother died a month ago." The elder remembered what the Prophet, peace be upon him, said: "The best of deeds is bringing happiness to the believer, covering his loins, satiating his hunger, or solving a problem for him." He then took the information and contacted the concerned authorities, and the visit was arranged at the officer's office, and there the elder greeted the father, and a moment later the children entered the office and kissed his head and hand. The youngest child said, "It has been 3 days since we saw you. You have to come back with us. It's lonely without you." The father cried and said, "I can't. I have a debt to pay, and I will remain here until I pay up." The officer then said, "Please go to the other office as the visit is over." The children replied in a single voice, "We can't live without him." The elder asked, "How much is the father's debt?" To which the officer replied, 40,000. When it gets paid up, he can leave immediately. The elder then called a businessman and asked him, "Do you want to buy the heaven with 40,000? And then he told him the story and gave him the address. The businessman then said, "I will send the money in cash immediately with one of my men." In only 1 hour, the indebted to and the money have arrived, and the case was closed when the man whose the father was indebted to watched the children next to their father playing and laughing. He left the office with tears in his eyes and said to the elder, "I don't want anything from him anymore, and I wish to pray for me to get an offspring, as I don't have any kids, and watching his kids made me tear up." The elder prayed for him and thanked him, and then contacted the businessman and told him what happened. He then told the elder, "I am better than that man. Give the money to the father." The father was touched and cried in front of them with such kindness. The elder asked him about the debt. The father then told him, "My wife got sick and spent everything I have in order to treat her. Then I took a loan to do the operation for her. I also left work to take care of both her and my children. It kept going on like this for a couple months until my wife died, and I wasn't able to pay up the debt in time." After the father has left with his children, the elder took a copy of the report to the businessman to look into the matter. The man said, "He shall have an apartment from me as well as a job at my company."
مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم. الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون.